Okay, here's an exciting day. I get to finally test an epic V8. So we're at Rawls Beach, which is in central Queensland, and I'm paddling with my mate Kyle, who lives here, who you've seen in previous videos, and this is actually his boat. Actually, it's his partner's boat, Vicky, but he uses it, and luckily I get to have a go in it. So it's actually the first time I've paddled this boat, and it's not dissimilar to my Think Zen. What it does have that is different is it's a little bit shorter and it's a little bit wider, and I reckon it's got a slightly flatter bottom on it, so it's a super stable boat. And you can see here, jumped straight on a wave, didn't even have to think about it. Now, it's not a big day as far as waves are concerned, about half-metre waves, not much wind, so it's a gorgeous day. It is winter here in Australia, so could do worse than this. And I just took off on this boat, and immediately it fit like a glove. Now, Kyle's on his Nordic kayak. He's got the Nitro, the skinniest boat made. So chalk and cheese, our two skis. But look at this, I've actually got my hands above my head there. It is so stable, this boat. It wasn't hard to push down through it, onto the wave. It just sort of jumps straight on. And as you can see, I'm paddling back out. It just goes over these short little waves so easily. At no point did I feel I was going to fall out of this thing. Now this one is the fiberglass, so it's about 14.5 kilo, which again is the same weight as my Zen. And immediately I loved it. Now I haven't paddled in over 6 months, so my first paddle, and I just jumped in this and just took off. Now I fancy myself as certainly an intermediate paddler now. I don't need to worry so much about falling out or stability, not as much as I used to anyway. But this boat, you don't have to think about it at all. In fact, if you're a new paddler or thinking you've been paddling a crack, this is your boat. I just love it. And when you just want to go out and play and do ins and outs and surf these small waves, it's perfect. Now, we ended up paddling about 8k just playing around out here, and it was stunning. You can see Kyle there. He's quite an advanced paddler, hence in the Nitro. He has no dramas catching waves, particularly in that ski. And here I go again paddling out. So these little waves, or whatever you want to call them, the boat just lifts over the top beautifully. So the water was so clear, you could see the sand at the bottom. It wasn't terribly deep where we were. There was a bit of a sandbar here, which is why the waves were breaking. But you can see me go over the top of that. It's just perfect. Here's another little wave. So I just turned, saw a wave coming, a couple of hard strokes, and the boat just picks it up. Now I watched a video with one of the Mocky brothers, the great South African paddlers, and one of them was saying the V8's his most favourite boat just for being playful, just for going out and mucking around in the waves. And I mean, he's a super elite paddler and he loves this ski. I would seriously consider buying something like this. What makes it different to my Zen is I feel the Zen's a little bit faster, but it's not quite as stable. So as always, if you get a fast ski, it's typically not as stable. Look at it go over these waves here. Just straight over the top, crashes down, no problems. I could just keep paddling. Turn quickly here, saw a little wave coming, a couple of hard strokes, and bang, I'm on it. Really is as simple as that. Now, if I was in my Nordic, I wouldn't get on this wave, purely because I'd probably fall off. Now, doesn't matter what ski you're in, if that wave breaks on you sideways, I'm not sure how anyone stays on that, but that's fine. Just turn the boat around, jump back on, and away I go. So with these little breakers, it just skips over the top, as I said earlier. Look at that, beautiful. Now look at this one here. I take a foot out, it didn't fall in. I reckon if I was in my Think Zen there, I would have fallen in. So stability, it's what you really want. Just depends what you want as a paddler. If you just want to go out in waves like this and play around, honestly, this is the best ski. So we had a little rest on the beach and straight back out again. Look at that, straight over the top, no hassles. Now we're actually paddling back to where we put the boats in, so I'm going along the beach here, and it's not very windy and there's not much chop, but it just sat beautifully there, no problems at all. And we're paddling back in. That house you can see ahead of us, that's where we parked the car. There's a bit of a ramp down there. And I just jumped on a little wave again. Don't need much of a swirl to pick something up. And again, hit by the side, and out we go. 14 kilos isn't heavy, not at all. So turning this boat around and jumping back in is no hassle at all. I'd like to do a video one day on weight of boats, you know, a 14 kilo versus a 10 kilo boat. It would have to be the same ski, but I'm not convinced it makes a huge difference. You can see the cockpit's full of water there, but I had the bailer open. And look at this, I'm paddling out. You get some good speed out of this boat. And in we go again. So Kyle and I paddling next to each other at this point. And an interesting fact, doesn't matter how fast your ski is, if you're on a wave, you're going to be going the same speed. So there's Kyle on his super elite ski, and me on this wide V8, and there we are sitting next to each other. And we both turn sideways this time. And out we go. I thought it was funny. I'm not sure if Kyle was laughing too much. And one last little paddle out. We kept saying we'll get out, but we were having so much fun, we just kept going out. So we probably paddled out about 150 metres, turn around, and this last run I didn't actually get to catch a wave. And you'll see Kyle on my right hand side. Because there was no waves and he's in the fastest ski, he got in quicker than I did. Now if there's one area having a light boat is of an advantage, it's right here, picking the boat up and carrying it back to the car. I honestly believe that's the main benefit of a light boat. Anyway, first paddle in a while. Thanks for paddling with me.